my channel and my messy desk. And we're going to color today this beautiful little mermaid from Jasmine Beckett Grifith Mermaids Coloring Book. Yay, I love her. Okay, so this is part 2. We did part 1 on Wednesday. So if you didn't watch that and you want to know how to color her skin, then go watch that. We're using the Arteza colored pencils on her. They're beautiful. They're pretty cheap. I have a review on them if you want to watch that. Okay, so I don't know. We're kind of doing whatever we want with her. Like, I didn't want to color the bottom half of her. I didn't want her boobs on my screen the entire time I was coloring her. So I cut her off. And I don't like doing the backgrounds in Jasmine Beckett Grifith's coloring books. So I'm going to paint it today. So I don't know what I'm doing. We're just playing. This is Americana Deep Midnight Blue, and this is Lavender. I don't know. We'll see what they do if I kind of mix them together. We'll see. I might be starting over after that. Well, I didn't charge my battery before we started. So I'm going to have to stop and change my battery in a minute, but that's okay. Let's see what we got here. So we got a little bit of purple. Okay. These are just cheap craft paints. They're matte, which is nice. I have professional paints that I've painted with, but they're glossy and I don't want glossy. So using good old dollar craft paint. Let's see what we can do with it. Okay. Well, add a little more midnight blue. Okay, I kind of like that. Alright, so let's see what we can do with this. Paint her up. With acrylics, use a craft or acrylic brush. Not your watercolor brushes. That will not be good. Save your watercolor brushes for your watercolors. You want something not too flimsy, but you also don't want anything too firm. It's like Goldilocks, you know, you gotta find just the right ones. Or you can just grab whatever you have, really. Just not your watercolor brushes, okay? Take me seriously. So I usually film during the day while everybody's at school, but everybody's in bed right now, except my husband, he's still at work, but kids are in bed and they seem like they're gonna stay there, shockingly enough. So I was like, all right, see what we can get done. If you don't want paint on your desk, put another piece of paper on it. Me, I'm to the point where I need a new board anyways to film on, so I'm to the point where I don't care. It's already got stuff on it, so I just don't care. What do I think of that color? I like it because it's like, it's not completely mixed, you know? You get a little darker colors, a little lighters. I don't know. We'll see. The joy of it is, if we really hate it, black Posca paint pen fixes everything. Or even black gesso. So I don't really worry about it. I want a little bit of a smaller brush for, this is what, a number 1 if you care. Here. It's a little bit stiffer than I really like, but it's what I have available in this shape, and it'll do just fine. So. Alright, my husband called, so I was just painting while I talked to him on the phone. So, we kind of got this on there. Let's trim it up a little bit and just see if we can make it nice. Okay. Alright, I just want to kind of cut off all the white, make sure it looks kind of nice and clean. So when we're done, we can just stick it in the binder and it will be good. Alright, there we go. There, that looks really nice. Perfect. Alright, let's see, let's pull some colors. If you're here on Wednesday, I was talking about my grandpa. There hasn't been really any changes. The doctor said that he's like doing better, but he's not healthy enough to leave the hospital to even go to a care facility, so he's only lucid about half of the time. So it's just kind of this waiting game. I don't know. Let's see, what do I want to do? Should we do blue for her hair? I kind of want to do blue. Do that sky blue and ultramarine blue would be pretty. I don't know, let's put these next to each other and see. So that's nice because it's a nice cool blue, so it would look good with that purple. This might be a little warm. What about purple? Ooh, that would be good. I like that better. So periwinkle and ultramarine. Indigo's usually pretty warm. Yeah, that one almost seems drier than. This is called Midnight. Midnight might be good. Okay, so let's do Midnight, ultramarine, and this periwinkle. We might throw that one in there too. Okay. Sharpening. Man, I haven't even colored much in this video yet. So we've done a little painting. Oh, I'm more scattered at night, I guess. I don't know. Usually I'm like chilling, doing my own thing. But tonight, felt like doing this. So, all right. There we go. That aside, and let's do a little piece of her hair. Let's see what we can do. Let's start with putting a base coat of the periwinkle. It is number 68. These are really nice pencils. I do like them. This is just our base coat, so I'm not as like picky about it. Particular. I still like to go in the same direction that the hair is moving, but I don't know. I'm more messy about it. I don't get all tied up in knots over it. Alright. There we go. My son came home the other day and he was saying that his best friend is moving away in like 6 months and it's just gonna be awful, and he was telling my husband this and my husband's like, oh no. So he like comes in and tries to like kind of takes the question really like, do you know if they're moving? And I hadn't heard anything, and he was like really hesitant to breach the subject because of everything going on with my grandpa and hadn't been feeling great. And my son's best friend is the son of my best friend, so if my son's best friend's moving, then so is mine. I don't know, it's harder in your 30s to make a friend than it is when you're 8, you know? And so I text her and they're not like, it's a possibility in the future, but nothing that's happening right now. But I don't know. I would be happy for her anyways, because her husband's like commuting an hour or more to work every day and back, and that just gets hard on a family. And so I would completely understand if that's what she needed, what they needed to do for their family. And you know, you gotta do what's best for your families. But I would miss her. I would be very sad. See, my mother-in-law is texting me. So, alright, this is Midnight Blue. Let's try putting this in like shadow. And this fin of the fish. That purple background. I think it looks good. I just looking in the monitor, I was taken off guard. It looked so nice. was watching Dee Dee Willingham's live the other morning. She was talking about streaming and stuff, and I was like, oh, if I could find time, like a time that's consistent to stream, I would do it. But so far, I have yet to find that time that would be like consistent for me to stream with my kids. I just like, just might not be this year. But I love putting the videos together for you guys. It gives me something to do, and it gives me deadlines too. Like my goodness. Hello, helicopter, go away please. Okay. Anyways, so it gives me something to do and something to, I don't know, work towards, and keeps my day from not getting too, I don't know. Gives me something to break it up a little bit and to feel responsible for, and kind of feel like a grown-up rather than just, I feel like a grown-up when I'm coloring pictures and coloring books. But that I'm not doing something that's just for my kids. Oh my goodness, that's really funny. Okay, I feel like a grown-up. Oh, being a grown-up's overrated. Oh, speaking of Dee Dee Willingham, what's this? Oh. Don't you love it when your phone like gives you notifications and then you click on them and they're like 5 days ago? I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me when it was actually happening, you know? Don't I click on those notifications so you'll tell me when it's happening, not that it happened 5 days ago? Well, joys of phones. Okay. There we go. Ooh, I'm really liking this color so far. Let's try putting in that ultramarine. Oh, this ultramarine. Might darken it up. Maybe I should have put this as the... What are you binge watching right now? So, right now I'm on Hulu. I'm binge watching One Tree Hill, which I've watched many times, but I haven't watched it in a couple of years. And I don't know, as I've gotten older, I'm getting a different perspective, you know, than when it was airing, because I was like the same age as they were, so I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, would you just go get a grown-up? Like, where are the grown-ups? Stop being stupid and go tell a grown-up. So now maybe I need to find grown-up shows to watch. So if you have any suggestions for me, where let me know. I also love to watch YouTube. I do. I watch YouTube as I like wind down at night. I like it. I watch a lot of makeup tutorials. I like Taylor Wynn. She was the Taylor, now she's Taylor Wynn. I like hers because she just seems a little more real than some. Like, she still does heavy makeup, but I don't know. She just seems a little more... like, she hasn't gotten caught up in the big celebrity aspect of a beauty guru or whatever. And she does like charities at least once a year and tries to give back, and it's just really nice. So I watch her, and then my husband and I like to watch cooking shows together, partly because he works so much, and so to watch like a series together is just really hard. And so like we've done the Great British Baking Bake Off or Bake Show or whatever. My battery died. I had to change it. What was I saying? Oh, we like to watch cooking shows, so we've watched the Great British Baking Show. We watched Chopped. But the YouTube channel we like to watch is Bon Appetit, and we like to watch Claire make like gourmet versions of really not gourmet things like Twinkies and candy bars and Takis, just things that are just not gourmet at all. But she they just give her the product and then she has to figure out how to make it. And it's just fun to watch her like get frazzled trying to do it, but then she always does it, you know. She always, I'm always just amazed because like I can cook, but I don't like to cook. But I like to watch other people cook. And it's kind of given my husband the cooking bug, which is great because since I don't love to cook, if he wants to cook, I will let him. The more he wants to cook, the better. So on his days off, he like does Dutch oven and he tries to figure out a few things and make cakes and stuff because I'm gluten-free, but my family isn't, and so I don't make them a lot of like cookies or cakes or things, and so he's been trying to figure out how to do more of that stuff, and it's just funny. It's fun to watch him do these things, so it's fun. So let me know what you guys like to watch in the evenings, because I might need some new shows, because the ones that my old and true ones are just kind of bugging me because I'm older now and I'm like, why are you doing that? This is really pretty. Okay, not to toot my own horn, but it is pretty. I don't even know if I want to use this color. Do I want to use this color? I kind of don't. Get rid of it. Let's go back to the midnight blue for a minute. I went with blue colors that pull kind of towards purple, so they'd be considered a really a cool blue rather than a warm blue that would pull closer to green, so that it would look good with the background. So that's why I chose the colors I did, and I think they're working out pretty well. I'm liking them. Just trying to darken up some of the shadows a little bit. We could always go in with like a black or even a really dark purple would probably look really good for shadows too, if we need to get a little darker. Okay. All right, let's grab the ultramarine. Just fill it in a little more since we're not using a fourth color. Just flick the color in. Hair's easier to do with a sharp pencil, so if you have to stop and sharpen your pencil, do that, because it'll just make your life easier. This is our relaxing time. We don't want anything to be too taxing. So, sharpen your pencil. Though I am noticing like these Artises are staying sharp longer than Prismas, but they are still like nice and soft, creamy. So that is good. Okay, then the periwinkle. I'm going to move in the direction of the hair. I'm going to put a little more pressure than I have, or than I did the first time I used this color. And I'm going to be a little more particular about kind of where it's going. This one we may have to sharpen. There we go. Ooh, I'm really liking this color. Let me sharpen this pencil just a little bit. Okay. Just fill that kind of in. And this is a nice color combination. Always moving in the same direction as the hair. Coloring hair is rather meditative, so I tend to like stop talking or I get really quiet and slow. Put myself to sleep. Okay, so I'm gonna just do that all over for her hair. I really like it with that purple background. I just think it looks really pretty. Okay. What color should we do her eyes? We have purple, blue. I don't know. Let's actually grab the ultramarine. Kind of put it in her eyebrow here. And grab the periwinkle. Maybe we'll wait and do her eyes later after we have some of the fish in and stuff, because I don't know what color to color her eyes. That is good. All right, you guys, I'm gonna call it a night because I like put myself to sleep coloring hair. So I'm gonna go and relax, and then I'll get this hair finished, and so when we come back next time, you'll see the hair all finished, and we'll work on all the little fishes and butterflies and even a bird. So I hope you guys will come back and help me finish her. Yeah. So I hope you guys have an awesome weekend, and that you find time to relax and enjoy yourself and meditate through some hair, put yourself to sleep. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.